Hi, my name is Ming and I accidentally created a YouTube channel called TheMingThing a few years ago, and that opened up a world of visuals to me I never knew I loved. And that has brought me around the world to places I never thought I'd see and to meet people I never thought I'd meet. Along that road, I met a few individuals who've motivated me and encouraged me to become the person I am today, and I hope they can inspire you guys in some way or another.
Yeah, no, no, no.
Not knowing what you're doing or where you're going in your career is nothing new, and even more if you're in the film industry. But for someone like Ismail, this forged his determination and values that make him who he is today. From his days of picking up cigarette butts on the floor to the esteemed director-producer he is now, he believes you gotta be the best you can be regardless of who you are, where you are. And along this road, he's built a culture of mentorship, believing that by teaching others, he in turn learns more about himself, creating a legacy of passing down the craft and art of film.
My name is Ismail. I'm a director, producer and co-founder of Reservoir Production. To me, the most satisfying thing about being a filmmaker is the process of creating something. And last year, I think I shot a film for TNB called Lepas Tu, and it's just one cute ad about a boy asking for forgiveness from his father. But it went viral and it exploded and everybody loved it, and everybody just saying how great it is. And even though no one knew that I was the director behind it or was the guy that helped bring it to life, the feeling is so satisfying. And it feels like at that moment when somebody is about to celebrate Hari Raya and they watch that Hari Raya short film for 2 minutes, somehow I feel like I've made their Hari Raya that little bit more festive for them, so that they may enjoy it with their friends and families when it comes to ads. So I think that's what's most satisfying for me.
So Selise is your first film that you directed.
Yes, it was.
And what does Selise mean?
Selise actually means in between of, or friction. It has many meanings. That's why I chose this title.
This film, Selise, this is like your first director stint, right? Because
Yes,
you're primarily a producer.
Yes.
What is Selise about?
In a nutshell, it's a story about two girls that fell into a pit. The whole film is about how they had to overcome their differences in order to get out of this pit.
Why this theme? Why do you like writing about people and these things to do with societies or different societies and how they interact?
I think for me, especially living in this country, there's a lot of misunderstandings that we have about each other. Especially now in the online world, there's so many things that we just jump on, that we are very quick to hate.
Yeah.
So I think the kind of films that I want to make is to show reflection of ourselves so that we understand each other better. That's what inspired me.
I mean, you didn't start with Reservoir, right?
My first shoot was for McDonald's McVeggie Burger, and my sole responsibility on set was to make sure there was no cigarette butts on the floor.
Wow!
So every time someone throw a cigarette butt, I go and pick it up and throw away, pick it up and throw away. That's how I started lah. Even though I knew I always wanted to be a director, it wasn't something that I actively pursued. In a way, I let the industry decide what I became. But what I focused on from when I started as a production assistant was being the best goddamn production assistant that I can be. And then Quack came along. So Quack came into the company and he started off as not even a line producer, a production assistant. But then I realized that he had talent in editing. Then I decided that why not, instead of me directing, why don't I push this guy up? From then on, we started and I begged my partners, look, we have a script ready, it's called Guang, and we actually shot it, and that's when everything happened for us, you know. It was from me pushing one guy up is how I came up. I couldn't have done it on my own, and we learned off each other, and now we're doing our first feature film, which is Guang lah.
I think not many people believe in helping someone else that helps yourself.
I think through the years of working with him, 7 years already, I think he shaped a big part of who I am today. Not just in terms of my role as a film director, but also as a person. And he's always been the more sane one, the more reliable one. I'm the more erratic, the more crazy one. I come up with crazy ideas, but he always put me into my sense. If you look at it from a different angle, it's quite weird because we are quite contrasting characters. You get a Malay, you get a Chinese, you get a born in the city, born in the kampong, English-based, Mandarin-based, sort of.
In the production world, there are people who like to pair with each other. Like one of my favorites is Nolan and Zimmer. Like a very unlikely duo, but they continually do a lot of things together. How did this happen? Like, I mean, did you guys find something special between both of y'all? How did it start?
I think because back then, we weren't so busy with strings of jobs coming in, so we have a lot of time that we spend with each other just talking about stuff, learning off each other, and he used to scold me a lot of times. And I took it willingly. So it's like, okay, this boy can take it, give more. I was at the brink of quitting my job.
Oh wow.
Because it is a very stressful job, and you always have a very challenging deadline when it comes to. Then he sat me down over a table ice, like how we always do it. Kena bombat lah.
Serious snap after that. Okay, let's do it.
Get it out, and focus on the work and make it good.
If that night didn't happen, all this maybe wouldn't have happened because it was the job that broke us into where we needed to go at that time I didn't realize what I was doing. I was just doing what I thought was the right thing to do. But what I can tell you, what I've learned from that experience is that from empowering Quack to become whatever that he became, little did I know that I was empowered myself, that I learned so much more from just being his mentor. And when I became a director, then I realized that I really got that skill in me is because of what I've done with Quack.
I think mentorship is a really big part of becoming a professional. It's very rare you see that people passing on their skills or people training others up. But where do you stand when it comes to that?
Anywhere around the world, it's not just what you learn in the books, it's a passed down knowledge.
Because if you don't, it dies with you.
It dies with you and the whole industry doesn't progress. As a country,
because they have to start again from scratch.
Like for example, like Piramli. Great filmmaker, great writer, great poet and everything. But the buck stops there with him. When he left, the film industry also went down.
I think people need to understand it's called an industry because it's not one individual. It needs to have this whole movement of people.
I think that's the heart and soul of filmmaking.
So the creative industry can be a really uncertain place, and the film industry, a really scary one. That's why I celebrate creators like Ismail. See, he is a solid, unashamedly honest, but most importantly, a selfless person. And even up until today, he's never thought twice and he's never held back. Whenever I needed some help, he's been there and he's been a solid mentor to what I'm doing today as well. And that's why I celebrate selfless, skilled creatives like Ismail.